Run-on sentences. The Goldilocks of sentence formations. Know when your sentences are just right. A sentence is a complete thought, usually containing at least one or more independent clauses, beginning with a capital letter and ending with a period, a question mark, or occasionally an exclamation point. An independent clause is a cluster of words that contains a subject and a predicate and that can stand alone. A run-on sentence is punctuating and putting together two or more sentences as if they were one. There are two basic types of run-on sentences. 1, the fuse sentence, and 2, the comma splice. In fuse sentences, two or more independent clauses run together with no punctuation. For example, the boy ate his dinner, his sister played quietly in the corner. If you use the train analogy as seen here, the train cars are run together without any coupling devices, thus making the sentence seem cumbersome and awkward. In comma splices, two or more independent clauses are joined by a comma only. The boy ate his dinner, comma, his sister played quietly in the corner. Again, in the train analogy, the train cars are joined together with inadequate coupling devices, continuing to make the sentence seem heavy, awkward, and it doesn't quite work. The most common comma splice error is the conjunctive adverb comma splice. Some common conjunctive adverbs are again, also, consequently, furthermore, however, likewise, and the list can go on and on from there. When joining independent clauses and trying to fix the conjunctive adverb comma splice, you need to use the conjunctive adverb is preceded by a semicolon and followed by a comma. For example, the boy ate his dinner, comma, however, comma, his sister played quietly in the corner is incorrect. The correct way of punctuating that sentence would be the boy ate his dinner, semicolon, however, the conjunctive adverb, followed by a comma, his sister played quietly in the corner. There are 5 basic ways of correcting a run-on sentence. The comma plus coordinating conjunction, a semicolon, a period in capital letter, subordinate clauses, and the conjunctive adverb. When correcting a run-on sentence with the comma plus coordinating conjunction, you need to determine the independent clauses. If there are only 2 independent clauses, separate them with a comma plus coordinating conjunction. And those coordinating conjunctions you'll remember as the fanboys. For, and nor, but, or, yet, and so. An example would be, the boy ate his dinner, comma, but, the coordinating conjunction, his sister played quietly in the corner. If there are more than 2 independent clauses in a series, separate the final 2 independent clauses with a comma and coordinating conjunction. Note that independent clauses other than the final 2 are separated with commas. So, for example, the boy ate his dinner, comma, his sister played quietly in the corner, comma, and his mother worked on the spill the children had made. You may also use the semicolon to help fix run-on sentences. You would first need to determine the independent clauses and then separate the 2 or more independent clauses with a semicolon. For example, the boy ate his dinner, semicolon, the sister played quietly in the corner. Now, it's important to note that the semicolon should only be used if the 2 independent clauses are closely related. You would not use a semicolon to fix a run-on sentence if the 2 independent clauses were, the boy ate his dinner, aliens landed a spaceship in Florida. One of the most popular ways and easiest ways to fix a run-on sentence is by using just a plain period in capital letter. So first, again, determine your independent clauses, and then separate those 2 or more independent clauses with a period. Then begin the following independent clause with a capital letter. For example, the boy ate his dinner, period, capital T and the, sister played quietly in the corner. You may also use subordinate clauses to help fix a run-on sentence. This one is one of my personal favorites because I feel it gives your sentences a little more pizzazz, a little higher level of writing, and makes the sentences more interesting. So, 1, determine if one or more of the independent clauses can be subordinated. This is important. And if so, subordinate those clauses. So an example would be, while the boy ate his dinner, the sister played quietly in the corner. By adding the while, you're subordinating that first clause, making it dependent on the second clause. Because if you just had, while the boy ate his dinner, well, we don't know what's going on. So by adding the while, we know that while he ate his dinner, she played quietly in the corner. And then finally, the conjunctive adverb, just to reiterate what we had talked about before. You need to determine the independent clauses, and if there are only two independent clauses, separate them with the semicolon, the conjunctive adverb, and the comma. So example, the boy ate his dinner, semicolon, however, comma, his sister played quietly in the corner. As always, there are exceptions to the rules, such as he came, he saw, he conquered. These short, closely related independent clauses in a sequence can be joined by a comma only. Another example, or another exception to the rule is if the second of two independent clauses reverses the negative emphasis of the first, these clauses can be joined by a comma only. So an example of that would be, that day I did not swim, I sold real estate. And finally, another exception to the rule, if the second independent clause is a tag question, a comma may be used between the clauses. For example, he does, doesn't he? Now, it's important to note that these exceptions are rare, but any of these techniques can be used to help you make sure you have complete sentences instead of run-on sentences.